today we're diving into a topic that has evolved significantly over the past year, and that is design subscriptions. Now, last year I shared my thoughts on design subscriptions. Initially, I was very hopeful, but later I became very skeptical about them. Earlier this year, I decided to rethink the idea of design subscriptions completely and opened up my own as an add-on to Blue Cyclops, my design studio, rather than a complete replacement. In this episode titled Rethinking Design Subscriptions from Villain to Hero, we'll explore the different ways to approach design subscriptions and how they can serve as an additional stream of revenue rather than a replacement for traditional models. So grab your favorite note-taking tools and let's get ready to rethink how we can leverage design subscriptions to grow our freelance businesses. Now, remember, if you find a negative wisdom in today's episode, please hit that like button and subscribe on my YouTube channel at Rocky Rourke, or wherever you get your podcasting fix. Please subscribe. And if you like today's episode, leave a review. Additionally, if you know of someone who might need to hear today's episode about design subscriptions, please share it with them to help grow our community. Now, let's dive in to the core issues that freelancers and agency owners face with traditional business models and the potential pitfalls of design subscriptions. For so long, freelancers and agency owners both have used the same models of pricing: project-based, hourly, and of course, retainer-based. In fact, I talk about these in my series on profitable pricing models, but let's focus on the first and second as the primary models here, which is project-based and hourly. They're the two main models that most freelancers and most agencies use. With both models, you have many positives, including diversity in the type of clients and projects you take on, opportunities for larger budgets, and the freedom that freelancers come to afford. However, there are also many negatives as well. Many of us have struggled with the most common issue with freelancing, which is the feast and famine cycle, something I've talked about a lot in previous episodes. Sometimes our project pipelines are like a rushing river, and other times you're thirsty for the next project. This unpredictability of income and the inability to lock down a pricing model that hits the target every single time can be incredibly challenging. The question becomes, are subscriptions the answer to delivering us to a never-ending feasting cycle? Many freelancers believe that subscriptions bring more predictability to their income, higher profit margins, fewer dry spells, and a higher volume of client work. Clients are also drawn to this model because it offers more flexibility and a cheaper management option that fits their production needs. However, honestly, there's a significant imbalance happening between the freelancer and client relationships when it comes to these types of design subscriptions. I have talked to so many of my freelancer and agency friends who have switched to the subscription model. And honestly, I'll be completely honest here. Greed has brought out a lot of hate to this model. Many of us, myself included, first heard about subscriptions and instantly saw them as a cash cow or land grab. We focus more on the benefits and the values brought to us, the freelancers, the studio owners, agency owners, and not so much what it brought to the table for our clients, which at the end of the day is the more important side of this coin. Without value being provided to both parties, the freelancer and the client, you will see many more clients churn or leave, most likely never to return, even if you switch back to your original pricing model. Now, understanding these problems is the first step towards finding a solution that benefits both freelancers and their clients. So let me actually share with you my journey with design subscriptions and how my perception shifted from skepticism to seeing the potential for growth and stability. Now, when I first heard about design subscriptions, as some of you know from previous episodes of the podcast, particularly I think it was episode 32 in our profitable pricing mini series, I was very enthusiastic, very excited about this new model. I had seen some big success stories, most notably Brett from Design Joy. In fact, I'm pretty sure I watched every single interview that he had on YouTube and heard every single podcast interview that he had up until that point. However, the more I looked into it and saw so many freelancers, so many studios and agencies flocking to using subscriptions, I saw and heard some major issues occurring time and time again. The biggest issue I began seeing was the fact that freelancers and agencies were switching over 100% completely to a subscription model. Now, this caused confusion with their past clients and limited them in what work they could take on. Now, they would find that people were signing up pretty dang quickly to their subscription. However, those same people were pausing or canceling after only 1 or 2 months of their subscription, causing large amounts of churn that couldn't keep up with new clients taking their place. Now, at the time, this was last year, 2023, I completely wrote off design subscriptions as a horrible trend that could be very detrimental to the freelancing community. However, early in 2024, I decided to relook at the subscription model and see how it could work to both our advantage and that of our clients. I worked with my good friend and member of the Blue Cyclops team. He's our Webflow developer and an amazing product designer, Chris Cannon, whom you may remember from our chat in episode 46, to kind of figure out if a design subscription would be an additional service or product that we could offer to our clients, us being Blue Cyclops. Now, it was during our brainstorming session that we kind of came up with an idea, a solution of not just offering a design subscription as a replacement for Blue Cyclops' services. However, we would offer it exclusively for our clients looking for production design work. In essence, those who needed someone who could tackle design work without problem solving or heavy creative direction. Someone who needed someone who was just there to fill a specific design need. Now, we were already seeing this solution creep up with a few of our clients. The need for production designers who basically could crank out designs to meet demand. So we thought this could be the solution to our particular clients' problems, aka staffing issues. Instead of replacing our offerings, we created a new one that supported existing clients and future clients. And this became Red Cyclops, our design subscription service, an external production team replacing the need to hire in-house talent for your production needs. This was something that was very different from what we were offering before, and it kind of took bits of this design subscription and bits of other ideas that we were having at the same time and melded them together into one specific solution. And so it was something that was both intriguing and interesting. It took a lot of effort to kind of create an onboarding process and a way of describing this that would help our clients understand what was the difference between Blue Cyclops, the creative partner, and Red Cyclops, the production partner. And it's something that we still are working on today. It's not 100% perfect, but it's something that could do a lot for our clients. And so that is kind of like how we took the design subscription and kind of flipped it on its head to fit our needs as well as our clients' needs. Now that you kind of like heard about the challenges and the journey that we had with design subscriptions, let's kind of discuss how you can leverage this model to benefit your business and your clients. First, let me be clear. What worked for me with Blue Cyclops and Red Cyclops doesn't necessarily mean it'll work for you or that you should do something similar. Each freelance business is unique, and it's essential to tailor your approach to your specific needs and those of your clients, the most important factor in this entire equation. So if you're considering making the jump to a design subscription or something similar, take a moment to reflect. If you have existing clients, whether they are recurring clients that keep coming back time after time, or you have clients on a retainer, please do not just drop a system. Please do not just drop a system that's working for you and potentially burn bridges with an offering that some clients might not understand or want to sign up for. Instead, consider creating multiple offering streams. Now, this is a term you might not have heard of before, but offering streams are pretty easy to kind of understand. Your first stream, the first offering, could be your tried and true method. It's whether it's project-based, hourly, retainer, whatever it is. The second stream could be a subscription model. By having multiple paths or multiple streams, you allow your new clients to choose the option that best fits their needs while still catering to your existing clients who love working with you, who love the work, the quality, everything about what you offer them. Here's how we approached it ourselves. We started by identifying our clients' needs. For those who required regular production work without heavy creative direction, a subscription model made perfect sense. For those who needed more problem solving, then a creative partner was what they need, aka Blue Cyclops. Now, once we had that, we didn't replace our existing services, but we added the subscription as a separate offering. This allowed us to kind of cater to different client needs without causing confusion or diluting the brand that we had worked so hard to get to. From there, we communicated clearly with our clients about each of the service offerings and how they could benefit from them. This transparency helped to build trust and ensure that clients chose the right service for their needs. The key here is flexibility and understanding that one size does not fit all. By creating multiple streams, you can cater to various client needs and ensure a steady flow of work, minimizing the feast and famine cycle. Remember here, the goal is to provide value to both you and your clients. A successful subscription model should benefit your business by providing a predictable income stream while also delivering constant value to your clients. So take some time to evaluate your current business model, your current pricing models. Talk to your clients, see where a subscription offering might fit. Maybe it won't fit and you should completely, drop it. And don't be afraid to iterate and pivot based on the feedback and the results that you're hearing from your clients. Sometimes you might realize that this is not the right way to move forward. And so in those instances, you might need to backtrack back to your old ways. Other times you might realize, okay, I need to tweak something here. I need to, increase communication on this side, or I need to create a onboarding process that helps people understand like how it is to work with the subscription. So there's a lot that has to go into this. It's not just like a quick switch that you can just flip. You have to put in the work, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of digging to really figure out what's going to work best for you. So as we wrap up today's discussion on rethinking design subscriptions, let's turn our insights into immediate action. Here are 3 tips that you can utilize right now to start transforming your approach to design subscriptions. Action item number 1, think outside the box with subscriptions. Don't just take someone else's design subscription model and do what they did. Everyone is different. Don't just take what I did. Don't just take what Brett at Design Joy did. Instead, think about what can work for you and your clients, especially your clients most of all. Tailor your subscription model, if you end up using one, to fit the unique needs and the preferences of your client base and your offerings. Action item number 2, create multiple offering streams. Don't just switch your offering from what you're currently working to a subscription model. Instead, have multiple paths that clients can take and guide them to the path that makes the most sense for them. By having diverse offerings, you can cater to both new and existing clients, ensuring that everyone finds a service that fits their needs. Now, before I actually jump into action item number 3, let me actually add a quick anecdote here. I just had this happen with one of our sales calls. Last week, I had a sales call with a potential client. They were on the ropes whether or not they wanted to go with Blue Cyclops or if they wanted to go with Red Cyclops. After digging, after some certain questions and everything, after learning about their business, I realized that Blue Cyclops wasn't really what they were looking for. They weren't looking for a creative partner. They were looking for a production partner. They had so much work coming in, but they didn't have enough staff to handle the overflow. And so Red Cyclops was the obvious choice for them. And right now we're in negotiations to see if we are going to move forward or not. But I wanted to add that little anecdote in there that sometimes, you have to figure these things out. You have to figure out on the fly whether or not it's going to go route A or route B, or sorry, path A or path B. Just throwing it out there. Now, going on to the third action item, be prepared to iterate and pivot. Not everything is going to work right out of the gate when it comes to implementing a major change to your freelance business like a subscription. Learn to change and pivot based on your market, what your clients are saying or don't say, whether or not projects are, working, if you need to change process, etc. The ability to adapt will help you refine your subscription model to better serve your clients and your business. Basically, be nimble when it comes to these things. But by following these action items, which let's go over them really quick one more time. Action item number one, think outside the box with subscriptions. Don't just follow the same thing that everyone else is doing. Number two, create multiple offering streams. You want to give people options, your clients options. And number three, be prepared to iterate and pivot. But by following these action items now, you will not only gain valuable systems to grow your freelance business, but also allow you to make informed decisions overall. Now, as we close out today's episode on rethinking design subscriptions, I hope you found it both insightful and inspiring. We've explored the evolution of design subscriptions over the last couple of years, the potential pitfalls, and how to create a balanced approach that benefits both you and your clients. Remember, while design subscriptions can be a valuable part of your business strategy, they shouldn't be your sole focus. By developing a clear system for working with subscriptions, creating multiple offering streams, and being prepared to iterate and pivot, you can ensure long-term stability and growth for your freelance business. If you're interested in learning more about how to grow your freelance business with stories, tips, and cheat codes like what you've heard in today's episode, be sure to sign up for my free bi-weekly newsletter at greencyclops.com. That's Green Cyclops, Green Cyclops.com today, and you'll receive 2 free gifts in your welcome email. Trust me, you'll definitely want to check them out. And there's a lot of free stuff coming to all of our email members. If you enjoyed this episode and want to learn more about Design Break Podcast, be sure to visit www.designbreak.com for more information and many more great episodes. And also remember to follow me on Twitter and LinkedIn at Rocky Rourke for more insights and behind the scenes content about building a successful freelance business. As always, I want to thank all of you for tuning in to the Design Break Podcast. Remember, stay passionate, stay positive, and stay creative. Until next time, keep breaking barriers and pushing boundaries in your freelance business. That's it for me today. Hope you all have a great day, and bye.